Making its international debut right here this afternoon in London, driven by the 2023 World Finals Racing Champion, Tristan England, JCB Digatron.
Let's go, this is how we roll on time.
it's time to get loud and say it with me. This is Monster Jam! Without further ado, we are going to get underway with our first competition of the afternoon, which is JCB Racing, a head-to-head bracket-style elimination contest where our drivers will face off against one another in this very challenging modified Chicago-style track. We're going to follow the bracket from round one on to the semifinals and then on to the JCB Racing finals, where the fastest two will compete for the first 8 points towards the overall event championship. If you take a look up at the video board, you will see how the round one matchups shake out. We're going to see Megalodon taking on Gravedigger first, followed by Thor and Spider-Man, then JCB Digatron and El Toro Loco, and finally Black Panther and Iron Man. So, London, who's ready for JCB Racing? Coming up first, racing out of Maumee, Ohio, Charlie Pockin, Megalodon. His opponent from Williamsport, Maryland, the reigning Arena West Series champion, Matt Cody, Gravedigger. An unbelievable showdown right out of the gate between a current Gravedigger driver and one of the most legendary Gravedigger drivers in its illustrious 40-year career, Charlie Pockin, taking on Matt Cody. Two competitors who have gotten their start in very similar ways, working on those Monster Jam trucks all the way to competing all around the world. And they're going to kick things off here in this racing contest where only one can move on to the Final Four. That is the semifinals, getting one step closer to the racing win and the first 8 points on the board. You can see that they are faced off in opposite directions. They will approach their starting lines and they will come off of that arena-style pod before circling the track Chicago style. That said, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for the start of JCB Racing. Megalodon set, Gravedigger set, let's go green! And your winner is Megalodon! Charlie Pockin with a very smooth pass. He will pick up the first win of the afternoon and move on to the semifinals. And in the process, he sends Matt Cody and Gravedigger home in round number one. Coming up next, it is an all-Marvel showdown. Up first, from Davenport, Iowa, Miranda Kozad, Thor. And her opponent, racing out of Albany, Georgia, Bernard Light, the amazing Spider-Man. Two great friends off the track, but it is all business right here, right now. Thor making her approach. She is locked in. Amazing Spider-Man set. Let's go. And your winner is the amazing Spider-Man. We talked about it a lot during trackside. Bernard Light, the amazing Spider-Man, deciding to swap tires with Barry Moosauer and Black Panther, and so far the returns are good. He takes down Thor. Bernard Light moving on to the semifinals. Thor and Miranda Kozad with an early exit in round number 1 of JCB Racing. Coming up next, 2023 World Finals Racing Champion from Paris, Texas, Tristan England, the JCB Digatron. And his opponent, the International Series Champion, Blake Granger, Toro Loco. Let's go green. There is your winner, JCB Digatron. Just like we saw yesterday afternoon in our practice session, the win goes to Tristan England, and the loss and the rollover goes to Blake Granger and Toro Loco. Kay, you're in the pits. What did you see down there? I know you've got crew chiefs around you as well.
It's just really, honestly, I think the turn, more or less, I mean, they did water the track, so it is just a little bit tacky, but I don't believe that was the problem why he rolled over. But just to keep all these fans up to date is that Blake Granger and Toro Loco is essentially driving a new truck this weekend. Last weekend he was in Max D. That comes with a smaller cage, so he had to drive in a completely new truck. Last weekend in Cardiff, Wales, it was Peter Nyman who was driving this truck, Toro Loco. He essentially just swapped the seat in Toro Loco from Max D into Toro Loco. So this is really the first time, John, that he's sat in this truck in quite some time.
And every Monster Jam superstar, no matter who they are and no matter how many times they've driven Toro Loco, they tell you that the visibility is one of the most difficult because of the way that the hood is shaped. I know Blake Granger is used to it, but when you're talking about a different truck that handles differently, and now the visibility change from Max D, I think maybe it played a factor.
Most definitely. All those come into play, of course, when driving a brand new Monster Jam truck. And although it's had some wear and tear on it, he still had to get used to the different types of the visibility, just the setup itself. I mean, you got to think he's going to have to change all the shock settings, him and his crew chief. He's going to have to change other things that are going to be specifically designed for the comfort of Blake Granger.
Absolutely, and a shout out to the JCB Dirt Squad getting out there quickly, flipping Toro Loco back over. A little bit of bad luck for Blake Granger, but he is going to be back. Meanwhile, JCB Digatron and Tristan England moves on to the final four of the semifinals, and that means, ladies and gentlemen, we've just got one more round one matchup coming your way here in JCB Racing. Another matchup between Earth's mightiest heroes, this time coming up first from Orlando, Florida, Barry Moosauer, Black Panther. And his opponent, racing out of San Diego, California, Brandon Arthur, Iron Man. Black Panther wasting no time. He is locked in. Iron Man set. Let's go green. What a race, the closest we have seen so far. The Monster Jam officials watch it back on slow motion replay, and they have determined that the winner is Black Panther. Photo finish, best race of the afternoon so far, and it goes to Black Panther as he's able to take down Iron Man. We saw it moments ago, JCB Digatron able to get through El Toro Loco. It was the amazing Spider-Man who defeated Thor, and kicking us off here this afternoon, Megalodon able to take down Gravedigger, which means our Final Four is set.
Monster Jam fans, this is the semifinal round of JCB Racing. The fastest 4 drivers have advanced to this round, but only 2 can make it to the final round. Who's ready for more JCB Racing?
Great matchup out on the track. We're going to see Megalodon going head-to-head with the amazing Spider-Man. You've already seen how technical this track can be as each one of these competitors fire up their machines and approach their respective starting lines. Charlie Pauken looking to revisit his winning ways. Bernard Light looking to take advantage of those fresh BKT tires. Let's go green! It was a good race, but it is too much Charlie Pauken for Bernard Light to handle. Your winner, Megalodon. Charlie Pauken has been smooth, his race passes have been clean, and now he is your first JCB Racing finalist. London, that means that we need one more to see who he will be facing off against, and it is a great matchup out on the track. JCB Digatron taking on Black Panther. You are witnessing history. The first time ever these 2 trucks are racing against each other. Go green! And there is your winner, JCB Digatron. We talk about smooth passes, and you just saw one right there, Tristan England. And then he finishes the run nose to nose with his competitor, Megalodon and Charlie Pauken. We started out with 8 of the absolute best drivers in the entire world, and now we are down to the fastest 2 as they compete for bragging rights and the first 8 points towards the overall event championship. Are you ready to meet your final contenders? Coming up first, 2010 Freestyle World Finals champion, Charlie Pockin, Megalodon. His opponent, 2023 World Finals Racing Champion, Tristan England, JCB Digatron. 2 former world champions locked in. London, let's go racing! Your winner, JCB Digatron. Tristan England came out to face off against the entire international series for 1 weekend only, right here in London. He does it behind the wheel of a brand new Monster Jam truck. Every nut, every bolt on that thing was driven for the first time yesterday afternoon. He came here in the backyard of JCB. He came here to debut a brand new song, and he came here to represent. He is your winner, Tristan England.
The target was on your back, and especially with the debut of JCB Digatron Monster Jam truck, you took home the first 8 points. That is no fluke. Congratulations.
It is no fluke. And I got a special guest here tonight. My fiance, Kiera. She will tell you that I do not give this stuff a rest. I don't give Monster Jam a rest. When I'm home, I'm with our 5-year-old son. We're playing a simulator. We're playing with Spin Master trucks on the floor. This is what it's all worth for, man. He's watching right now on YouTube Live, and we're in England. Woo!
Tristan, you got your first 8 points. We've got our next competition, Smyths Skills Challenge. I know you're going to throw down some epic attempts here out on the track. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, absolutely ecstatic. Right here, Charlie Pockin, one of my best friends in the business right here. He's taught me so much. Maybe I've even taught him one thing, maybe one thing. But the camaraderie that we have, man, when the visor comes down, we're competitors. But at the end of the day, we're buddies, we're friends. I can't wait till this is all done and we can talk about this, buddy. But for right now, we're about to get started with the Smyths Skills Challenge. England! I'm England! Let's get wild!
Congratulations goes out to Tristan England, who takes the first win of the afternoon, puts 8 points on the board for JCB Digatron. Take a look up at the video board. You're going to see how things shake out with 2 big-time competitions still coming your way. JCB Digatron, of course, in the lead with 8 points. He's followed by Megalodon, who gets 7 points for finishing in second place. Then we've got a tie between Black Panther and the Amazing Spider-Man with 4 points apiece. And then at the end, it is a deadlock. 2 points for all. El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, Iron Man, and Thor for failing to get out of round number 1. Still 2 more competitions coming your way. Up next, we're going to get a look at some of the most technical moves in our sport put on full display with the Smyths Skills Challenge. Our drivers have 2 attempts to wow you with their best 2-wheel maneuver or 1 attempt to execute a show-stopping donut. It's all coming your way next with the Smyths Skills Challenge.
This is just a little update from the pit area. Right now, our technicians are working on these Monster Jam trucks. What they're doing is they're tightening up the shocks right now. The shocks were very loose. They were open. They were going full wide for racing. And now to absorb some of the shock from one of our Monster Jam trucks, whether they do a big sky wheelie or whatever they land on, they're going to be tightening those shocks up here for the Smyths Skills Challenge. So that's just an inside look at what our technicians are doing right now as we're going to get ready for our second competition coming up in just a little bit.
Okay, of course, now we're going to see the BKT tires put on full display with some of these technical moves, stoppies, nose wheelies, balancing the Monster Jam trucks on the front 2 tires, maybe the sidewalls. We might see something that we have never seen before coming up in this competition.
Absolutely, and just to keep in mind that these BKT tires are 152 centimeters and they're 46.1 stone or 293 kilograms. So these BKT tires are going to be put through the ringers here for the Smyths Skills Challenge. I know a lot of these drivers, this is one of their favorite competitions to really display that technical driving skill, John, that you and I both have seen in the States.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got Blake Granger, the International Series champion, fresh out of competing in the 2-wheel World Championship. But then, of course, we've got Tristan England in JCB Digatron. Going back to his arena days, he referred to himself as the king of the 2-wheel skills. And last night, he teased that he might try to do a trick that no one has ever really seen before. He's got momentum on his side, Kay. What do you think about Tristan England's chances here?
Listen, I talked to him earlier back outside the pit area, and I said, are you going to give me just a little secret hint of what you might do out here? And he said, no way. No one knows what I'm going to do. He's like, I've been working on this, the simulator. He works with Crash, his son there. He said he's been trying, he's been practicing certain moves there on the simulator with his son. So he said he's going to try to whip one out here tonight.
And it's a real wild card with this competition because you can either go for 2 attempts at a 2-wheel move or, like I mentioned, 1 attempt at that donut, that big-time wow moment. And, of course, Bari Musauer, Black Panther, he is a 2-time Guinness World Record holder for doing donuts in a Monster Jam truck. So we're going to see what kind of tricks these drivers pull out and who will walk away with the win. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get in to the Smyths Skills Challenge, where your scores alone will determine who is the winner. For more on that, let's throw it over to Jabari Thomas. Jabari, what do you got for us?
Yeah, what's happening, John? Okay, so everybody, Monster Jam is completely unscripted, and it is up to you to score these next competitions, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Everybody take out your phone, head to judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com. We also will put up a QR code on the Monster Jam video board for you to scan. Once you go to judgeszone.com, you're going to put in the city code. The city code is LON. LON is your city code. Once you put in LON, you're going to see that BKT tire. You're going to slide that tire all the way up at the top to score the highest, or you're going to move that tire all the way to the bottom to score the lowest, and you got 20 seconds to lock in those scores. Again, is at judgeszone.com.
We're going to kick off the Smyths Skills Challenge with Miranda Kozad, Thor. Miranda Kozad with a bit of a combination maneuver right there, getting on those front BKT tires before backing over to the pod. She has one attempt to go.
Make some noise for Thor. This is your chance. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
Miranda Kozad opting to go on the front two BKT tires, not once but twice. For me, the highlight was that first attempt, where she got the vertical position and the balance that she wanted. The second one did not go the way that she wanted. The dirt broke away a little bit underneath that Monster Jam truck. Either way, let's see what you came up with for Thor. A 4.877. That is your score to beat. Coming up next, it's Bernard Light, the amazing Spider-Man.
Make some noise for Bernard Light in the amazing Spider-Man. 20 seconds to lock in those scores right now at JudgesZone.com.
Bernard Light really mixing things up here in the two-wheel skills challenge. Going to those rear tires, balancing that Monster Jam truck. That is some new school. And then he goes with the old school, the big-time sky wheelie, flying through the air here in London Stadium. And then an amazing save on the back end. Looks like that Monster Jam truck took a little bit of a beating, but he is able to land it on all four of his tires. The score to beat, 4.877. Let's find out your score for the amazing Spider-Man. More than enough to be a new leader, 8.648.
What's happening? Jabari here in section 105. I'm here with my friend Joseph, and we're going to play a little trivia, okay? We're going to see how much Monster Jam you know, okay? So let's watch the Monster Jam video board, and let's see what questions we have. Ooh, okay, here it is. How much does a Monster Jam truck weigh? 9,000 kilograms, 3,600, 5,440, 11,000 kilograms.
11,000 kilograms.
You have an advantage because I don't know kilograms. I'm from the States. I know pounds. So you say it's D, right, Joseph?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so let's see if he's right. Is it D? Oh, so close. It was 5,440 kilograms. Really good job, though. Everybody give a round of applause for Joseph. I love those glasses, by the way.
Time to get back into the action, this time with two-time Guinness World Record holder, Barry Musauer, Black Panther.
Let's hear it for Barry Musauer in the Black Panther. 20 seconds to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com.
Barry Musauer, that two-time Guinness World Record holder for doing donuts in a Monster Jam truck, but instead opts to show off the skill on two wheels. First with the slap wheelie, he's gotten so good at that, makes it look easy. Then he gets up on the front two BKT tires, and now the question becomes, is it enough to give him the top spot? Let's find out. Not quite enough. He'll end in second place for now. Your score to beat is still with the amazing Spider-Man. Here comes the reigning Arena West Series champ, Matt Cody, Gravedigger. Look at the control from Matt Cody. A great combination in attempt number one as he backsides the race ramp. He's got one attempt to go. He could be measuring off for a trench box moonwalk right here. Very difficult to execute.
Let's hear it for Matt Cody in Gravedigger. All right, London, it's up to you. 20 seconds to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com.
Unbelievable display of balance right there from Matt Cody, living on those front two tires. First with the popper and then with the trench box, using all of that momentum to sit on those front BKT tires. Will it be enough? Right now, the score to beat is an 8.648. Your score for Gravedigger is just enough to be a new leader, 8.750. Still 4 more competitors here in the Smyths Skills Challenge. But up next, it's Brandon Arthur, Iron Man.
Make some noise for Brandon Arthur in Iron Man. Right now is your chance to lock in those scores. You got 20 seconds, judgeszone.com.
Here's where it gets tricky, London. 2 moves executed to perfection, but 2 moves we've already seen. So now you have to compare them to the runs that you've seen before and decide whether or not Iron Man and Brandon Arthur deserve the high score. Let's see what you came up with. It's close, but it is not enough. He'll take over 3rd place with an 8.138 score to beat Gravedigger. Coming up next, it's Charlie Pockin, Megalodon. Looks like he is setting up a bicycle attempt or maybe even a sidewall donut.
Let's hear it for Charlie Pockin in Megalodon. 20 seconds to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com, London.
We see that bicycle, and it is so difficult because you're basically inducing a rollover, throwing off the center of gravity of that Monster Jam truck before trying to set it back down on all 4 of its tires. Now, it's up to you to decide whether or not it was enough to give him the top spot. Your score to beat with Gravedigger, 8.750. The score for Megalodon is... Yes, indeed. We've got a new leader, and his name is Charlie Pockin. Six trucks have gone, 2 more remain. And right now everything has been reset here in the Smyths Skills Challenge. Megalodon jumps into first place, and that's going to push everybody else down the ladder 1 rung with just 2 competitors left. We're going to get our second look of the afternoon at Blake Granger, El Toro Loco. Look at Blake Granger moving those rear wheels, working the rear steer as he sits on the nose in those front BKT tires.
Let's hear it for Blake Granger in El Toro Loco. Right now, you have 20 seconds to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com.
Man, that was almost an unbelievable run from start to finish. Right there at the very end, loses the balance. Maybe the dirt broke away a little bit on the side of that pod. And El Toro Loco winds up on his side for the second time here this afternoon. But that does not take anything away from Blake Granger and what he was able to do, showing off incredible control and awareness throughout that run. Now, let's see if his score is hurt by the rollover there at the very end. And yes, indeed, I think that definitely came into play. He still did enough to take over second place with an 8.853. But your score to beat is still with Megalodon.
Right now, what they're doing is they had just changed out the four-link bar. That bar down there was bent in half. You can see right now they're taking out the inner and outer axles. We just took out the planetary right now, and they're going to see which axle is broken, whether it be the inner or whether it be the outer. Now, that four-link bar was actually almost bent into half. And you can see that they've changed it out right now. That four-link bar is about 137 centimeters. That's including the Heim. So this is the four-link bar that they replaced. This is the Heim. With the Heim and with the four-link bar is about 137 centimeters. So right now, what they're doing is they're working on this with the Amazing Spider-Man. We'll keep you updated to let you know how the swap with the inner or outer axle is going.
He is looking to make it 2 wins in a row. He is Tristan England, JCB Digatron. Look at the transition from the front tires to the rear tires, and now just holding it and working the steering wheel. So much concentration from Tristan England here. Still in one continuous move, which means when he does set it down, he'll have one attempt left. He finally does set it down, and he has one attempt to go.
for Tristan England in JCB Diggertron. 20 seconds to lock in those scores right now at judgeszone.com.
A little while ago, I mentioned that Tristan used to refer to himself as the king of two-wheel skills, and you saw why right there. An unbelievable display. For me, the highlight is, of course, that first attempt, able to stay on the throttle, able to combo over and over again. But now, the question is it enough to take the lead and the win? Megalodon 9.033. Your score for JCB Diggertron is... It is just enough. We have a new leader. We have a winner. Make it 2 in a row for Tristan England. Tristan England with an unbelievable display here in the first half of Monster Jam. And to his credit, he comes all the way from Paris, Texas to London, England to win 2 competitions in a row. One more time for your winner, JCB Diggertron.
It has been all England here this first half. First JCB Racing, now the Smyths Skills Challenge with multiple combination moves. 8 points are yours. The first half belongs to you.
There's so much that I've been saving from this whole season just for this special place right here. London, England, are you having a good time or what? That was just a taste of what's to come. We still have freestyle coming up, BKT freestyle. But for right now, my friends are gonna come out here. We're gonna have a very special audition of the Dancing Diggers. I can't wait for each and every one of you guys to see it. You wanna talk about innovation? JCB Machines, baby. We are innovative, and we're pushing the limits of Monster Jam. So if you want more, let me hear you get loud!
I mean, what can we say? It has been one of those kind of days for Tristan England, and of course, the best way possible, showing you why he is one of the best drivers in the world. There's still some unfinished business, of course. Like he said, we've got Monster Jam Freestyle coming up in a little bit, but right now this is halftime. This is the perfect time to get out of your seats, stretch your legs, walk around the concourse, check out an official Monster Jam merchandise stand. Sit tight. We're coming right back with more Monster Jam.
Hey, London! It's time for you, the fans, to get BKT Freestyle started. Okay, it's really simple. Everybody take out your light. I know it's bright outside, but we're gonna light London Stadium up right now. Everybody get out your cell phone lights. Come on, let me see your lights. Oh yeah, I see them starting to come up. Now everybody go with the beat, moving in, up, down, up, down. There we go, up. We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. This is BKT Freestyle!
Bernard Light and the Amazing Spider-Man getting ready to set us off here in BKT Freestyle. Regardless of his score, he will be setting the bar. Let's make some noise.
Make some noise for Bernard Light in the Amazing Spider-Man. 20 seconds to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com.
Bernard Light, the Amazing Spider-Man, might be dealing with a bit of a broken truck. It seemed like either when he came out in that first attempt or that first hit in freestyle, or maybe some of the issues that plagued him after the Smyths Skills Challenge. Either way, it did not seem like that truck was 100%. Meanwhile, let's see your scores. 7.458, a very good score to set things off. Take a look up at the video board, and of course, you'll see just the one spot there filled with only one competitor having gone. Still 7 more to come. 7.458 is your score to beat. But remember, Monster Jam fans, I want you to keep in mind the thing you see at the top and the bottom of that video board, where a driver must complete at least 30 seconds of their 2 minutes to get a score from judgeszone.com. If not, they will receive a DNF, which is a did not finish, and that will push them all the way to the bottom of the leaderboard. And then, of course, you have to remember, if they do not fill at least 1 minute, they will receive a 1-point deduction from whatever score you award them at judgeszone.com. So like I said before, 7.5 becomes a 6.5, and so on. Coming up next, it's Bari Musauer, Black Panther.
Let's hear it for Bari Musauer in the Black Panther. London, you have 20 seconds to lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
A little bit of everything right there from Bari Musauer and Black Panther, and that's what you come to expect from Bari Musauer. So good at putting together a freestyle run. It doesn't matter if it's an arena, a stadium. Let's see what you came up with for Black Panther. And we've got a new leader with an 8.272. Bari Musauer now all alone in your top spot. Take a look up at the leaderboard, and you can see things have reset just a bit. Black Panther now in your top spot. Of course, that's going to push the amazing Spider-Man down into second place, with still plenty more competitors still to come. And remember that Monster Jam is built by JCB, not only here in London Stadium, but all around the world. JCB, dig deeper, lift higher, and move more with the official heavy equipment partner of Monster Jam. Coming up next, looking for her first competition win of the day. Competing here in London for the third year in a row, Miranda Kozad, Thor. She might be lining up for a backflip attempt.
Make some noise for Miranda Kozad in Thor. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
First backflip attempt of the afternoon. It does not quite go her way. Tons of air, great rotation, but you can see that she just landed so hard on the rear end of that Monster Jam truck. She did a bit of damage to that Monster Jam truck along the way. So even if she had landed on all four BKT tires, it really remains to be seen whether or not she would have been able to continue. But in the meantime, let's see what you came up with right now. The score to beat is 8.272. Your score for Thor is just enough to be a new leader, rewarding her with a good score for the degree of difficulty. She takes over first place.
I'm now standing here in crew seating with the one and only Amazing Spider-Man, and it is Bernard Light. You just saw your friend Miranda Kozad, driver of Thor. She's now taking the lead. What has it been like here to be in London once again for you?
For one, to just be in London, the energy here has been incredible. Like, the fans have made us feel at home and have just made us want to go that much harder for each and every one of you. Look, London, we can hear you out there. So for all the rest of the drivers that are about to hit that track, get loud for them, okay? If you want us to tear something up, if you want us to fly through the air, if you want to see some awesome freestyle, London, we have heard you all weekend, but I know you can get a lot louder than what you've given us. In fact, let's practice. London, let me hear it. 1, 2, 3.
All right, they're bringing the energy. They are definitely bringing it here. Let's talk a little bit about your truck. You have an amazing team behind you, a great technician. You had a spindle that was broken. They had to replace the drive shaft there in the Amazing Spider-Man, along with some other things. I mean, you were able to make it out into the freestyle competition. Looked like the truck was still giving you some issues, but you still were able to come out for these great London fans.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Back in the back, even right here behind me, if you can see some of these crew chiefs and technicians, in my personal opinion, we have the best, the absolute best in the world working on these trucks, because I tore up my front end. It was ripped out. But all of these guys and all these girls back there that are working on these trucks, they put everything they can into it, and they got us, or get us, back out onto the track. Real quick, once again, I need a round of applause for all the technicians and all of the crew chiefs back there in the back that make sure we can do our thing.
Bernard, thank you so much. Let's hear it for Bernard Light, the Amazing Spider-Man.
What's happening, Jabari? Again, back at 107. I'm here with Mitch, and he has something to say. Mitch?
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Everybody make some noise for Matt Cody in Gravedigger. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
Little bit of bad luck right there for Matt Cody and Gravedigger. He was on his way to an unbelievable run, but you can see just how hard these drivers are pushing these Monster Jam trucks. And he knocks that rear tire almost completely off of the Monster Jam truck. Some damage there. Could be an outer axle, inner axle. Definitely locked up on that planetary. But let's see what you came up with from JudgesZone.com. It's a 5.655. Now keep in mind that score is official, and that is with the full 1-point deduction for failing to fill 1 minute, which means all of you at JudgesZone.com came up with a 6.655, but his final score will be what you see on the video board.
All right, I am back now in section 111. Hey! Okay, I need this whole group to help me out here. We're going to play something called Name That Truck. Okay, we're going to slowly reveal this Monster Jam truck, and you have to guess which one it is. And I need everybody here to help this section out. Here it is. Oh boy. Can we at least get one piece together? What is it?
Spider-Man.
What is it?
Spider-Man.
I'm hearing a lot of Spider-Man. I think they're all right. I think it was the red that gave it away. It is the Amazing Spider-Man. That is called Name That Truck. Thanks for playing. You guys ready for more Monster Jam?
Take a look up at the video board. 4 more competitors to come, but right now, Thor all alone in first place. Coming up next, Brandon Arthur, Iron Man. Hang on just a second. The clock is paused. 52 seconds remain for Iron Man and Brandon Arthur. Remember, Monster Jam fans, if you're sitting in the lower bowl and you have that black sectioned off area in front of you, that is the safety holds, and it is there exactly for that reason. Your safety. Please do not cross over the safety holds. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen, the clock is paused once again. The clock continues to wind, actually, but there it is. Now it is frozen. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please do not cross over into the safety holds, and that includes all of your belongings, no parts of your body. So if you're sitting in the first row in front of it, you cannot put your legs up on the safety holds either. We will have to stop the action, and we will not be able to continue. Meanwhile, the clock has been reset to 31 seconds. Picture perfect backflip.
Make some noise for Brandon Arthur in Iron Man. 20 seconds. You got time to lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
You may have time to lock in those scores, but you've seen all afternoon how quickly that time can go away. Brandon Arthur, he does land the backflip, but he does some damage to that Monster Jam truck on that rear left BKT tire. Of course, not able to continue, but it was a very good run despite the interruption. The question now becomes, is it enough for the top spot? Right now, your score to beat is with Thor. Your score for Iron Man is... We have a new leader, just enough, 8.842.
I'm now standing by with Miranda Kozad, driver of Thor. You had the lead up until Brandon Arthur. You had an 8.6. He got the lead now, but hey, what do you think about being here in London and watching your friend Brandon there finish off, take the lead?
First off, it's been an absolutely incredible experience here in London. This is my third time, like I've said, you guys, this crowd is absolutely incredible. But yes, Brandon just landed that backflip. I am so proud of him. You know, we are all big cheerleaders for each other out here. We all want to see each other do well. You know, I wanted to land that backflip as well. I gave it a little bit too much. He was able to go out there and kind of watch me, you know, like kind of go out there and not make it. But honestly, we're having a blast out here. We all are each other's biggest fans. So.
How is the dirt out there? I mean, we saw in JCB Racing, it looked like a little tacky. We saw El Toro Loco kind of wrap or kind of fall over a little bit. But after that, I mean, we've seen some great stuff going on.
So the first few trucks was it was very, very slick out there. As you guys can see, we watered the track to, you know, keep down the dirt. But that's what I kind of went into my backflip kind of thinking, you know, I was like, you know, I need a little bit more momentum to be able to get, you know, that backflip, you know, rotated. But as you guys see, you didn't need that. So hopefully, yeah, the track is definitely dried out, and you can definitely see that out there.
Miranda, thank you so much for your time. Let's make some noise right now for Miranda Kozad, driver of Thor.
Still have 3 competitors left here in BKT Freestyle. Up next, your International Series champion, Blake Granger, El Toro Loco.
Make some noise for Blake Granger in El Toro Loco. 20 seconds, London, to get in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Blake Granger is so competitive. I know that if you asked him with a little bit of truth serum, he would say that the first half did not go the way he was looking forward to, but what a way to close things out. An unbelievable freestyle run, a wild ride from start to finish. Some of that controlled chaos we are used to seeing from El Toro Loco. Now the question becomes, was it enough for the top spot? And you can see it was not. Still a good score, 8.1, 8.2. Monster Jam fans, it has been an unbelievable afternoon for Tristan England so far. He debuted the brand new theme song written by Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Joe Walsh from the Eagles and, of course, Ringo Starr. But now I want to see if we can pump him up a little bit as he goes for the perfect game. So follow my lead. Dig it! Dig it! Come on, London! Dig it! Dig it! Dig it! And here he comes, Tristan England, JCB Digatron.
Let's hear it for Tristan England in JCB Digatron. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
London, he was millimeters away from an unbelievable save, especially where he was on the track. Maybe gets a little bit aided from the side of that step up, but he just couldn't get the sides of those BKT tires to catch that would have given him the momentum to try to pull him back over. Now the question becomes, did he do enough to jump into that top spot with the perfect game on the line? Your score is not nearly enough. 7.330. Still a good run, but we will not see a sweep here today in London.
Okay, Monster Jam fans, it's time to have a little bit of fun. Feast your eyes on the Monster Jam video board. We're about to play something called the Helmet Shuffle. Okay, this is how it works. You see there's a trophy underneath the middle helmet. We're going to place it there. Keep your eye on the helmet that the trophy is under, and it's going to shuffle. And I need you to shout out where it lands. Here we go. Let's shuffle them. Okay. All right, I see everybody over here. What do you guys think? 1, 2. Ooh. It's a mixed number over here. Let's see what we got here. Let's unveil the first helmet and see if we got it right. Is it under 1? I thought it was 1 personally. Okay, not 3. It is 2. Wow. Great job, London. Thanks so much for playing the Helmet Shuffle.
We have 1 competitor left here in the freestyle competition right now. Your score to beat will continue to belong to Iron Man. And you can see JCB Digatron from moments ago slides into 6th place. Tristan England is in a good spot for the overall event championship, but we will not see a sweep here today. 1 competitor left here this afternoon. 1 before Monster Jam leaves London. 2010 World Finals Freestyle Champion, Charlie Pockin, Megalodon. We could see a backflip attempt. And he's still going.
Let's hear it for Charlie Pockin in Megalodon. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. This is your last chance, London. Let's hear it.
That is what 37 years behind the wheel look like right there, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute clinic put on by Charlie Pockin, one of the best to ever do it. And now we find out if it was enough. The score to beat, 8.842. Your score for Megalodon is Charlie Pockin is King Shark. 9.719. The former freestyle world champ puts his stamp on London with with a freestyle win. We're going to hear from the man right here in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, one more big time for your freestyle winner, Charlie Pockin.
Charlie, you threw down a clinic, like John said, an amazing freestyle to end this run here in London. Congratulations.
Oh man, I can't say enough. This is awesome to come here to London. We have a lot of great sponsors here that make this show happen. BKT, JCB, Smyths Toys Superstores, and of course, the awesome Spin Master Toys. But mainly, it's you, London, coming out here today and making history. I love you guys. Woo! Come on!
Charlie Pockin collects his very first 8 points of this afternoon. We're going to total them up and see who the overall event champion is.
8 points go on the board. There you see 22 total points. Your overall event champion is... He plays spoiler. It is Charlie Pockin coming all the way back for the BKT overall event championship.
The veteran of 37 years, Charlie Pockin, Megalodon. Congratulations, overall event champion.
Wow, you know, once again, I've been doing this for 37 years, and I've loved every minute of it, especially coming international. You fans are the top notch, coming out here year after year and making history here, like I said. And I can't wait to come back next year and rock the house once again. Let's hear you get loud for everyone here again. Come on, London! Woo!
You've got to love that emotion, Jabari. I mean, you hear it in his voice. Charlie Pockin, almost nothing left, leaving it all out on the track. But he plays spoiler. He grabs victory from the jaws of defeat and pulls it away from Tristan England in the last second.
Unbelievable. He drove very old school. I don't think I saw that coming. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Surprise us all.
You know what? There's one person I think who knew it was possible all along, and that is Charlie Pockin. Ladies and gentlemen, what an unbelievable afternoon it was. Just like every single time we have ever been here to London Stadium. Thank you all so much for coming out. For Jabari Thomas, Kay Young, I'm John Sapanero. On behalf of Feld Entertainment, we hope you had a great time, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.
Thank you, London.